night for High Point Music's online guitar lessons, and welcome to today's lesson. We're going to break down Take On Me, but today we are going to take a look at it from the perspective of Weezer. So the tune is in B flat minor and we're going to break it all down. But first, before we get started, people, if you're a beginner guitarist looking to get started and kickstart your guitar playing journey, you can get access to our 4-week beginner program through our website, completely free at the moment. All you have to do is go in there, sign up to the email newsletter, and you'll get access to all these amazing lessons with myself and Lewis to get you started on your guitar playing journey. But with all that said and done, all out of the way, people, let's drop this intro and get into today's lesson. Okay, so first things first, people, we're going to start breaking down the chords that we're going to need for this introduction. So straight on the fretboard, we've got B flat minor in a bar chord formation here, which starts off with our first finger across the 6th fret on all strings there. Then we take our 3rd finger, place it on the 8th fret on the A string like that, and our 4th finger goes directly below it on the 8th fret on the D string, and then all 6 strings we're playing for that one. Cool, moving on to our second chord shape, people, which is a major bar chord in the key of E flat. We've got our 1st finger placed on the 6th fret on the A string. Our 3rd finger then is making a mini bar across the D, the G and the B strings, just like that. And with this one, people, we are going to be targeting the middle 4 strings mainly with this one. Okay, moving on to the 3rd chord, people. We have an A flat major triad here, which is our 3rd finger on the 6th fret on the D string. Our 2nd finger comes in on the 5th fret on the G, and then 1st finger is making a little bar across the B and E strings like that, and that's our chord shape there, just targeting the bottom 4 strings. And last but not least, people, we're just playing a D flat major bar chord here, which is our E flat major shape, move back 2 frets, and then on top of that we're going to be using a little group of stacked 4ths here, which is just our 1st finger on the 3rd fret on the D and G, and then we've got our 2nd finger coming in there on the 4th fret on the B string like that. But we will get into that as we break down the finger picking. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to split the screens up here so you people can get a really clear look at what's going on the left and right hand, so you can get a better idea of how to use your right hand at home with the sequence. So just really slowly through that introduction part again. So to A flat, to D flat, okay, into those little stacked 4ths there. So let's start breaking down what we've got going on with the B flat minor. So what I'm doing there is with our B flat minor, I've got my thumb in the right hand going across the E and A strings. So, and then my 1st and 2nd finger are rolling across the G and B string. So it's like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the thumb's coming in on the D there. So 1, 2, 3 on the G string there, and then 4, 5 with our thumb there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. And then what's going on then, people, is our left hand's changing to our E flat shape like this, and then our thumb, 1st finger and 2nd finger here are going, okay, hitting the A, the D and the G strings together. So 1, 2, 3 like that. So I'll put that together with the opening part. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And notice with my left hand I'm going 6, 7, 8. So I'm cutting that sound off to make it more percussive like the synth part from the tune. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then after we do that, people, we're going. Okay, so we're hitting the G note, which is our B string here, and it's covered by our 3rd finger in the left hand. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Our 4th finger's coming on to the 8th or the 9th fret there on the B string. and then our first finger's dropping to play the B flat there. So it goes 1, 2, 3, fourth finger, and then we play the E string down the bottom like that. So let's put that together nice and steady with what we got so far. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3. Do it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, E flat, 1, 2, 3. And once more, nice and steady, people. So E flat, 1, 2, 3, fourth finger down. Okay, so just take your time and get comfortable with that part before looking at the next section, which is we've got our A flat major here. All right, so what's going on? We're just going like we did with the B flat minor. We're going using that same pattern. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can roll our thumb, our first finger, our second finger, and our third finger across the strings like that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on that A flat major triad there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go. Again, we're going 1, 2, 3 on that major bar chord there. So let's just recap that little bit there. So the A flat major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. But the difference with the D flat here is we're targeting, as opposed to the E flat, we're targeting our A, D, G, and B. So all four strings together on that. 1, 2, 3. I'll recap that once more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. And then moving on to this part, people, with those stacked fourths, which is our first finger making a mini bar across the third fret on the D and G, and then our second finger is coming in on the E flat. So hitting those three strings together like that, the D, the G, and the B. So, and then reaching up to our sixth fret there with our fourth finger. So putting that together, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, with our fourth finger coming away. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, people, so let's recap that entire section, walk through it really slowly a few times. Again, very, very important that we go through it, get to know the movements, the parts, build them up as slow as you need to, and then once you know what you got to do, you can develop that fluency. So jumping back in really steady, 3, 4, to E flat, 1, 2, 3, single notes, and then into our A flat. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with those fourths, going back. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to A flat major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, people, so after that section, it gets a hell of a lot easier for us here. So what we're going to be doing is using the chords that we covered in that introduction there to play ourselves through the verse. So let's jump on in. What we've got going on is our B flat minor, which we know how to play, followed by our E flat major. We're going to be using an A flat major bar chord, and then a D flat major bar chord there, which we've already covered in that previous section. So one thing which might be cool for you people out there to think about if you've got some effects as well, I did a video on how to create soundscapes for your guitar using a bit of delay and reverb to get more synth type sounds on your guitar. Give you a quick demo. I've got a few loose settings set up on my pedal board over here. So if you're looking to cover this tune, getting some sounds like that, sounds a bit better on a single chord, a bit brighter, more tone. Okay, make sure you jump over, check that video out. It shows you how to build all those sounds to get that type of quality with your guitar playing. All right, cool, but what we're going to cover now is just how to approach the verse, which is really, really simply 1, 2, 3, 4, E flat 2, 3, 4, A flat 2, 3, 4, D flat 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, E flat 2, 3, 4, just one per bar, 4 beats. 1, 2, keep it going. So B flat 2, 3, 4, E flat 2, 3, 4, A flat 2, 3, 4, D flat 2, 3, 4. So really straightforward there, nothing crazy going on with the strumming pattern, quite airy, pad-like sounds with our guitar. Second part is the chorus. So what's going on there is we go from A flat to E flat to F minor and then back to D flat. So the only chord shape there we need to cover so far that we haven't looked at previously is the F minor. Let's look at how we're going to play that. So it's our first finger making a mini bar, well not really mini bar, all 5 strings there on the 8th fret. Our second finger comes in on the 9th fret like that, on the B string. Our third finger comes in on the 10th fret on the C on the D string. And then our fourth finger is dropping in on the 10th fret on the G. So bottom 5 strings there. Okay, so when we're playing through the chorus section, we can add a little bit of a strumming pattern on beat 4 if we want to, just to give you some sort of basic structure. But the thing we want to look out for here is the third time through this chord progression of A flat, E flat, F minor, D flat. We're getting a half-time feel, which is what happens is the drums break down into half speed, but the harmonic rhythm, which is the speed in which the chords actually change, stays the same. It just gives you a completely different feel purely through what the drum is doing. So the way we would demonstrate that with our strumming would be something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3 to F minor. All right, here's the halftime. 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2, 3, and back to. Alright, awesome. So that's what's going on with the chorus section. So pretty simple using these bar chords. The next section we're going to take a look at involves a bit of rocking guitar, which is 2, 3, 4. So some tritone intervals. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Alright, so that's the section we're going to start breaking down now, people. So coming down to this chord shape here, which is a C5 power chord, and we've got our first finger on the 3rd fret on the A string, followed by our 3rd finger on the 5th fret on the D. Our 4th finger is also on the 5th fret, but on the G string. So we're targeting just these 3 strings, just like that. That's our C5 power chord. And what is going on with the second power chord is we're moving it to a tritone or a flat 5 interval, which is in this case is a G flat or an F sharp, depending how you enharmonically want to look at it. And we've got our first finger on the 2nd fret on the E string here, 3rd finger's on the 4th fret on the A, and our 4th finger is on the 4th fret on the D. So with a little bit of distortion added, people, we'll click that on. We got C sharp 5, 2, 3, 4, F sharp, 3, 4, back to C5, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. Okay, what's coming up next is we go on our 3rd fret on the A string, we go, okay, which is just a real simple, flick the distortion off for this part, but, okay, so you're hitting the C and then hammering onto that D flat there. So, and then we come up, people, to the E string and slide up from our A flat to the 6th fret on the B flat. All right, I'll put a bit of distortion on, show you how that works. So, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. And obviously, people, when you're playing with a bit of distortion, sustained notes, add a bit of vibrato, it gives everything a bit more character, a bit more soul. So, okay, you can hear that sounds so much better than just letting it ring out. With vibrato. Okay people, so all good things must come to an end, and that brings us to the end of our lesson today, where we looked at Weezer's Take on Me. So we've covered some cool little things with the introduction, combining the synth part and the chords together in a bit of a solo guitar example for you all. And the thing I'd really like to stress with that, take your time, get to know all the parts, and then build that up slowly depending on your own skill level. If you've got any requests or challenges you're having with this lesson, get in touch via the comments section, or if you want to really get to the root of the problems with this or any other challenges you are facing with your playing, I do offer one-on-one coaching via Skype. Also, if you appreciate the content of this video, people, you can show your appreciation by supporting us through our Patreon page. We've got base level memberships as low as $2 per month that help us with our production costs and allow us to continually output the best possible content that we can do for our viewers out there in YouTube land, to help share what we're very passionate about, is all of our knowledge that we've accumulated over decades of guitar playing and gigging, and which we'd love to share with you people out there to help you become the best guitarist you're capable of being. As I mentioned, people, practice hard, get in touch if there's any questions. We love hearing from you people out there and how we can be of service to you, and I look forward to catching up with you all in the next video.